just blow your mind. Talking absolute DC and leaving everything else behind. Psycho! It's the Weird Science DC Comics Absolute DC Show. It's the Weird Science DC Comics Absolute DC Show. So let's go.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Absolute DC Comics podcast. I'm here, not with Gray, but with Matt. What up, Matt?
What up, Jim?
I'm going to change that eventually. I just get lazy.
Yeah.
I like the Sayako part, though. That makes no sense. I was told by him that actually isn't the word that it was supposed to be.
It says Sayako?
Sayako.
Like
it was
Psycho?
supposed to be something like "Let's go" in Japanese, but he said that that's not what it is.
Well, it also says D-ski. I like that.
Yeah, well, she has problems. She's got some problems.
Only a couple times.
But
D-ski.
in that, I might make something else, or maybe we'll just not have a song.
I'm
But
okay
here
with
we
it.
are. We have the Absolute Wonder Woman. This came out last week, but we decided because of all the books we had and how things are going, we would talk about it this week, and this week didn't have a book that we talk about. So we are going with this. We had a bunch of talk in our Slack. If you're part of the Patreon, you should be in the Slack or want to be in the Patreon to get in the Slack so people can yell and scream about how much they love the Wonder Woman, they love the Superman, and somehow Batman feels like it was dissed in the
Yeah,
whole
a little
Absolute
bit.
deal. I think that maybe people are kind of like, Batman, the last couple issues of Batman, I think have been the best of the whole deal. But I think that it's because it's Batman. And I think they don't want to be, they want to be contrarians. That's what I'm saying. Superman's good. When it's good, it's really good. But it took a while, and that Krypton stuff, it blew. And again, I'll stand on me talking, especially when Eric was still doing it. I bitched and moaned about that Krypton stuff so much. It's not like I'm retroactively saying it. I had enough.
No, you're right.
And remember in that Krypton?
Yeah,
And Eric loved it. And so it's not like both of us hated it. I just wanted to get to Superman. And I understood that what they were doing, Krypton stuff, was to show, but that's how, without the Kents, this is how he did it. I kind of got it. At the end, I'm like, I'd rather see what he does on Earth to represent what he learned from his mom and dad. But in the meantime, I still think that it wasn't that necessary for that many issues. But that's just me. But when it was good, it got really good.
It's gotten a lot better.
Yeah, and I told a lot of people, and remember, we said it was one of the books that gives you more of the villains and more of the outside stuff, unlike some of the other books. Wonder Woman, it's very insular. You're there pretty much with just Wonder Woman. You don't have a lot of outside stuff going on. And it's, Veronica, it's just her. There's not like 800 things Lazarus, so it's fine. Sometimes in an issue like this one, which is good, it's not great, though, because things just happen and then you're done. And it just didn't feel like a full thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. I'm sure people disagree. And I know you'll agree that some people were putting Hayden Sherman on blast, it seemed. And I said his panel layouts make up for any. So if you don't like his art, that's fine. He has the best panel layouts.
Oh, he is the best I've ever seen anywhere.
Yeah, and all of DC, all of time, because even if you don't love the art, it still makes every page interesting to look at.
Yeah.
And I think it's pretty cool. And
you don't
lose it. Yeah, you don't lose track of what's going on.
No,
either.
the panel reading progression makes sense. All that.
Yep.
It's good.
It's pretty cool.
Really
so we have Absolute Wonder Woman number 20. I said it before. A couple issues back, once the Satana thing started, you can tell that mainly what was happening was Barbara Minerva was being pushed towards being Cheetah. At first, you didn't say, but it's Barbara Minerva, so it would be. We said it. At one point, Wonder Woman kind of disappears, and not this issue, other issues, and she flies away, and Barbara Minerva's looking out of an alley and goes, "Oh my God, she didn't save me."
Mm-hmm.
And then it just keeps going. It keeps going. And in this issue, it's pretty much where Veronica Cale is going to convince Barbara, look, Wonder Woman doesn't care about you. She's a danger. Plus, we're going to make you Cheetah. And that'll be the deal, which is fine. It kind of feels a little too much like the regular Cheetah, if that's what does happen. It's fine though. It's fine. I do like Zatanna, but she's only at the beginning, thank God, because she ends up doing a longer sentence of backwards word magic that took me a bit to read.
Yeah, this was pretty tough.
Before it was very quick.
And it's
this
numbers
one, I'm like,
too.
Yeah,
Useless
numbers, and all it is like, we're going to do X365.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the
teleport
hell
to-
are you talking about? And yeah, it didn't really matter. But it is, as I said, Absolute Wonder Woman number 20, Season of the Witch, part 5 of 5, written by Kelly Thompson.
I'm
Hayden
ready for
Sherman on
another
art.
thing. I'm ready for
Yeah, I
another
am
art.
too. But I also hope that we just don't keep having, oh no, there's a big bad coming and it's either a mecha or a
Yeah.
kaiju. That's
Four
what we've
killer.
gotten.
It's all the same
Yeah,
crap.
it's all
These
the
big-
same. It feels very much the same.
This thing didn't do anything. It's just
No, it just captured her. I
Yeah.
didn't even see how it captured her. At the one point, she's just
swallowed her up or
inside it.
something.
Like
Yeah.
she's ripping arms off and it's making them again, and then she's inside.
Yeah.
Jordy Belair colors, Becca Carey letters, Ash Padilla assistant editor, Chris Conroy editor. And you have this Iron Maiden, and I should have the Bill and Ted deal. But you have Zatanna and Zatara, they zip off. Backwards word magic teleport, they're out. And then Wonder Woman's like, thank God they're out of here. I can now concentrate on this. And then Veronica Cale's like, thank God they're out of here. Now I can concentrate on Wonder Woman. The whole thing, forgot that it was there to take Zatara and Zatanna.
Mhm.
And then she reprograms.
Yep.
Hey, go after Wonder Woman. And there's what you got. Boom. We already had Gigana had already grabbed Barbara Minerva and taken her back. Remember, even with Zatanna's help, kind of, it said, go. I think it was Zatara actually at that point. Go back to your cell. They went back and they had already captured Barbara. So in this, it really is just we're going to capture Wonder Woman with this Iron Maiden. Pegasus is there. They're both ripping arms apart. They reform, and then she's inside it. And I was like, okay. And this thing pretty much has captured her.
Mhm.
And she can't get out. She's using magic at one point. She's trying to, wrestle out. She can't. She says, I can, just like outside, I can rip one arm off. It grows 3. It's, Hydra nonsense. And and that next panel where you have, it's like, it is the mecha, but the individual panels are her struggling to get, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It
Do you
looks
think
really neat?
Do you think that Hayden Sherman puts the layouts first and then adds the art
Yeah, I
to
don't
it? How does
know,
he do
because
this?
it's pretty cool. Like, I guess he must figure out a layout. Like, I'm going to do something that looks like the mecha, and then I'll put the individual panels in.
It's
But It's
crazy.
really cool.
Yeah.
And you see her struggle. She's trying to get out of this thing. She can't. And then it clamps on her neck. While Veronica Cale says, something's finally going right, because it is. I mean, they're getting her. And then she ends up saying, oh my God, Mom, I'm sorry. This shouldn't have happened. Oh God, I'm done. In the meantime, you have a page where a lot of people were confused about what happens. You have in Bonneville Assault Flats in Utah,
Mhm.
just out of nowhere, a ball comes crashing down. Somebody's in it, and it's like, oh crap, like
Is that
curses.
Dr. Poison?
Yeah, it's Dr. Poison. That's all it is. Remember,
Yeah.
she launched Dr. Poison.
Yeah,
into
this is just the
space.
aftermath of that.
Yeah, this is the idea that it's kind of funny when you realize who it is. It isn't like the important thing is more funny that through this whole battle, she's been floating in space and then just re-entered and then crashes in. So she's back. We'll have to see if she goes right back to Veronica Cale. If she decides, this is bullshit, whatever it would be. But there she is. She's back. So then you get, again, where you go and they don't waste a lot of time then. Wonder Woman is in. She's captured.
How would that Dr. Poison get back though? Like, think about it. Like, it's stuck in the middle of Utah. What's it gonna? It's gonna. What's that called? What do you hitch a ride?
Yeah. The only one who we ever see in the Salt Flats is Flash running. Like maybe he'll
Nobody's
run by
picking
her.
up this monstrosity.
Either Flash or somebody testing some rocket car. Now, I hope that she has like a communication device and like, you got to pick me up. But other than that, she's probably dead. The thing is, though, she was in space and crashed down. I'm like, yeah, she could maybe survive.
Yeah, maybe.
But she's screwed. But yeah, Veronica Cale has Wonder Woman.
Yep.
What they want to do is get her blood. They want to use her blood. They want to study it. They want to make weapons.
It's
and things like
weird.
that.
I'm looking at it now. She is bleeding from her face. Maybe that's somebody else's blood. So I don't.
Yeah.
If you look for a couple
or
pages
that might
back.
be. It's weird. You have that. Yeah, she is.
But the big thing is
or-
we have to cut her. We have to pierce her
Well,
skin
here's
and get the blood.
thing. If you're looking at it, maybe it's weird. Maybe that isn't actually. Is it blood, or is it something that comes about when you use blood magic? and you
maybe.
get some crazy.
Your eyes start bleeding.
But even then, that's still blood.
Yeah.
Like I was going to say it's like a weird tattoo, but it probably would be blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe she cleaned up real quick. But they want to get some blood. Maybe it's the idea, at one point she's bleeding out of her mouth as well. Maybe it's one of those we have to get fresh blood.
It expires.
I'll tell you what you're saying is there's a bit of a snafu here that they didn't think of, but she ends up where they get there. It feels a lot like Superman, where they're trying to cut into her, and eventually she's able to. They do say one thing. They say, oh, we did cut her. Boom, she healed. So maybe by the time she got back, she's healed, but there's still blood caked on her. The actual blood would,
maybe you need a certain amount for maybe they didn't have enough.
Like I said, maybe that's got to be, maybe they could play the idea that we have to do it a certain way, but it's fine. They cut her. She knows what's happening. She's like, oh God, they're going to make weapons and stuff out of this. I got to get out of here. But in the meantime, also Veronica Cale, I think is the best villain in all of the Absolute, because she's not, the others like Raish, so over the top, right? Everybody's so over. And that's one of the things when I was telling people, the Absolute Universe is kind of getting to me because it's so dark and everybody's so like twisting their stupid mustache bad, kind of like that. When Veronica Cale seems like she's just interested. She's very calm. She's going to remember the guy she's going to fire. Like stuff like that is kind of funny. But in this, like the worst, like she sets up a deal. She says, put Wonder Woman in this room. Make sure that they bring Barbara Minerva through the room so she sees her.
Yep.
And then and it's all this plan of screwing with Wonder Woman, but also in the meantime, screwing with Barbara as well. And at the end, it all works out for
because
Veronica
Barbara's going to
Cale.
be mad at Wonder Woman now. So.
And because she sees, and they end up with crazy footage they can alter a bit and things like. She really has a plan here when all you think is, oh, they're just going to try to get her blood and do something with it, maybe blood, whatever it would be, is pretty crazy. And again, how's Wonder Woman going to get out of this? Usually you would think that she's going to crash her way out. She's going to rip her way out, but they have her contained. And they start just electrocuting her. They end up where they're just torturing her. And Veronica Cale just keeps, again, it's just like, it's not that she's cackling or anything. She's always calm. Even at the one point she goes, we've a long way to go before she even begins to break down. Run the protocol again, but start on level black this time. And again, these guys around her should realize by now, don't repeat what she just
do
said
what she says
as a question, because that really annoys her. Yeah. And so they're like, okay. And that's where Hecate says, hear me now. I need you. I'm in trouble, but she doesn't get to do it. And she gets electrocuted. And then you have Cale say again. And I'm like, oh God, like this is like, it does remind me of Empire Strikes Back. It reminds me of Han when they're just torturing him. And then he comes in, he's like, they didn't even ask me a question because they're just doing this. I guess they have blood, but then now they're just torturing her. And you then go off to the underworld and it's Hades and Persephone. And this is, again, Persephone seems to want to help Wonder Woman, but it completely screws everything up because she says to Hades, and I'll tell you, it's a little drawn out. The idea of, hey, husband, if you don't know Persephone and Hades, I think a lot of this is going to go over your head about the idea, hey, I'm your wife, but you captured me. Do you think that it could have worked? All right, let's get on with it. But she says, I have a favor. And while this is going on and it looks like Wonder Woman, is really, really hurting, suddenly she sees a glow. She knows what's happening. And it's Hades coming up to grab her.
Well, normally you'd be happy, but she doesn't want to abandon Barbara.
And that's the thing. They already showed her Barbara. And again, the weird thing is you almost think you shouldn't show her Barbara because that's going to be a thing. But Cale is so convinced that she can't do shit about it, that she wants to torture even that way. And when she sees this, it's Wonder Woman's smart. She knows what this means. She's going to the underworld. When she goes, she can't come back for a month. So she is now not going to be able to save Barbara for a month. And what just happened to herself, no way Barbara's surviving this. So I think she thinks they're going to kill Barbara. There's no way I can help this. it'll be worse. We kind of know
You're gonna
that.
make an enemy out of her.
Yeah, and an enemy out of it's the idea of Batman makes his own enemies. It's going to be in Barbara's idea that so does Wonder Woman because it's that she abandoned me. She abandoned me multiple times. She knew I was here. I walked right by her. I saw her. And now she has just saved herself and didn't give a shit about me. That's the way. And again, I think that Kale could probably make Barbara into a cheetah without any of this. She could just like your cheetah, but then you're going to get a cheetah
A good one.
that still likes Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
that might do some things. You might be able to control her, but you're not going to fully be able to. The main enemy's Wonder Woman. She sets it up that there's no way. And when somebody abandons, you're never going to listen to them. They're going, oh, excuse is this. Barbara doesn't know that if she goes down to the like the idea. Here's the thing: I couldn't help it. Hades grabbed me and took me down to the underworld, and there's a spell that I can't come back from. That's all goobly gook, right? You'd be like,
yeah, nobody's
going
gonna believe that. Yeah.
No. You'd be like, make up more shit.
Has she been down there yet on her sabbatical yet, or is
I
this the
thought
first
that
time?
she was there one time when they actually had it start.
Like early on.
Yeah, when she's like, okay, I'm here. But it didn't matter. She was just down.
Mhm.
Now she's screwed. And again, it's going to drive her nuts because she's there for a month.
It actually is
Can't
pretty
do anything.
genius to
Yeah,
set
it's
it up
great.
this way. Yeah.
It's so cool. Like it's the idea that Wonder Woman is going to look so she can't help it. She cannot help it. And all this Persephone now that might be a little bit, well, Persephone was kind of in on, like there could be some, but that's how gods are. But in the meantime, you just think it's to save her. And so it's like, yeah, it's crazy. She goes down. She knows right away. And even then you have that like hand of Hades. It looks great. Just grabs her and
Yeah,
she's
it's an
trying to
interesting
get
take
away.
on Hades too. Like
Yeah,
this blue,
yeah,
like
he's-
energy monster.
I thought it
or
was cool.
Fire
And
monster.
she's trying to get away. And again, look at that where she's yelling, no, no, no. That there's no panel craziness like we say, right?
Mhm.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
Like I'm telling you, the idea where I think it was just a little bit of you had to get used to the faces, but Hayden Sherman draws her very like Italian, very much like
Greek.
ancient Greek and
Yeah.
Roman, which
Roman.
makes sense to me.
I think this is. I mean, I like the traditional Wonder Woman design, but I like this. I think I like this Wonder Woman better than
I
the
think I
regular
do
one.
too.
How she looks.
And-
I like the arm and the whole thing.
And I always forget.
Costume.
I forget the fill-in artist, which we have one fill-in artist, and when they come in,
Yeah, Mateus de
it's,
Luis.
yeah, it's unbelievable.
And then when she puts that helmet on too, it's even cooler.
yeah,
And the
When-
sword.
I'm telling you, when you end up where you
Where's
have
the
Mateo
action
De
figure for
Luis,
this?
yeah, really. When Mateo De Luis comes in, Kelly Thompson's smart enough then they go big
Yep.
mythical stuff
Mythical,
because that's
yeah.
what his stuff ends up doing well. And again, I think that I don't know if I ever put it in the Slack when I was talking about it. I think that people like Batman because it's good and you see Batman kicking ass and you don't really get that a lot in the newer Batman stuff. And it's different. In the Wonder Woman thing, I think that a lot of people like it because they were so surprised of how good it was.
Yeah.
It's not just because
Whoa.
it's good, but it's Kelly Thompson who a lot of people end up, kind of dissing and avoiding. And then they start reading and it's that much like you had to be that much better at the beginning for Kelly Thompson. It's sad because I like her, but
She's doing such a good
and
job on
some
this.
things are hit or miss. Like I
Yeah.
hated, what's it called? What was it that,
You like West Coast Avengers.
Birds of Prey. Couldn't stand. Was it Birds? Yeah, it was Birds of Prey. Here,
Birds
I
of
like
Prey, you
West
didn't
Coast
like.
Avengers.
West Coast Avengers. You
I
liked.
read every issue of Captain Marvel. I
Yep,
didn't
Captain
love them
Marvel.
all.
Yep.
They had those stupid girls' nights out with the cat peeing aliens. Very odd. And they kept coming. But some of the issues were really good. And she always had good ideas in my mind, but sometimes they didn't play out. That Birds of Prey stunk. That book was a mess. And then this one comes, I'm like, this is great. This is so much like the idea of this versus the Tom King Wonder Woman. It's, I think Jared's had 10 videos about it by now.
No, this is
You know what I mean? This is so much better.
this is something you'll be able to sell for years and years.
Yeah, and
years.
this, and when people were ranking, and it seemed like the consensus in the Slack was
Wonder Woman first?
1,
Yeah.
Superman 2nd, and Batman 3rd. That's crazy to me because most people that I've talked to, it's Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman.
I'm Wonder Woman.
I'm
Batman,
Wonder Woman first.
Superman.
Yeah, that's what I am. I'm Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman. And when I get to the bit, it just ends up where I think more Batman stuff happens in the Batman book, definitely more Wonder Woman stuff. And when you do have pure Superman stuff happening in the Superman book, it might be equal to all of them. But you keep going back in that Krypton stuff at the beginning. But then also it's like some of the issues seem to get overtaken by the other cast. And I like seeing Superman being Superman, but Wonder Woman in this too is, in a weird way, I think that Kelly Thompson does a good play. It happens in the Batman as well, and actually all the absolute stuff. The heroes don't win a lot. They seem to really be, always kind of winning, but not, and then winning with an asterisk.
Isn't
or not
that more
winning
realistic,
at all.
though?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I think when you get a darker universe, you can play that. The darker, it gets too dark for me at points. But speaking of dark, Wonder Woman gets taken down to the underworld. And then Kale goes to manipulate Barbara. And you just see that dead cheetah there.
What is that? Who is that cheetah, though?
That was just some other person. I can't even remember. I know there is a name. They even mentioned it.
We might have thought it was Barbara at first.
Yeah. Well, it was weird because you already had Barbara.
Yeah.
And then you saw Cheetah, and you're like, okay, well, I guess they're playing it different, that Barbara won't be Cheetah. Obviously, she's been gutted, and she's laying there. Somebody needs to get a mop in there. Holy crap.
It's weird what's going on here.
And Barbara's just there, and I like Kale comes in. And even then, they're like, we have a problem. And Kale's like, God, and it looks like she's like, oh, shit, like, now what are we going to do? And realizes right away what she's like. She comes up with a plan immediately and says, do we have footage of the escape? Wonder Woman escaped, but they already got the blood they wanted. And then she escaped, and she's going to turn it into using Barbara. Again, they're going to turn her into Cheetah. Now they're going to turn her into Cheetah that hates Wonder Woman, and that's even better because she goes in. And I like, and Barbara's tough too. Like, you have Kale going and go, hey, we have a development. She goes, I bet. They're strapped to a table there's just crap all around in a dead cheetah. And like, oh, you're not going to, it's not going to be what you think. And then she describes it and shows a bit of the thing where I think that what she does, obviously she's not like, and that's Hades. I think that what she's playing is, oh, look, Wonder Woman used magic and teleported out of there without you. And she knew you were here. And there you go. We said it before, and says she is somebody who will break out of here and not even help her friend. You're a friend, right? She didn't even care. It starts off with the idea.
Not realistic.
I know. But that's the best. Like, that's the best way to do a villain. Uh-huh. And like I said, the explanation is so crazy that by the time a month goes, Barbara's going to be so gone that you're going to end up trying to convince her of something that she is never going to believe because she's going to be Cheetah. Probably she's just going to go nuts. And maybe they'll even use Wonder Woman's blood in a way to do some crazy stuff. Like she'll have I don't know.
Or like have a fake Wonder Woman doing stuff.
Yeah, whatever. Or that, or just like combine. She'll have blood magic that will actually be able to.
It's going to be bad, Wonder whatever Woman. It is, because right now they're setting it up as basically the same as the regular Cheetah. Like sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're not. They have a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
This is going to be worse, I have a feeling.
Yeah, I think this is going to be really bad. And,
like bloodthirsty.
And it's funny because after we're done this, we're going to go off to the regular show and do Justice League. And I keep thinking of Lex saying, the guys have to learn about this magic stuff because it's pretty good. But yeah, even then, Kale says, I know you might wonder, am I reading your mind? But I kind of know what you think, that we're just waiting for this Wonder Woman to just snap and kill. I don't think that that's what Barbara would have been thinking. I think it's all just the idea of she didn't save you. She only cares about herself. She's not somebody, she'll pretend to care about you. She doesn't care. And you could look at a bunch of other things, even the Zatanna stuff. Like, you could really prove that easily like you said, you're going to skew the facts and things like that. But yeah, she ends up, when she sees that very quick footage of Wonder Woman disappearing and escaping, she looks upset and says, all that power, and all she does is free herself. Even I didn't expect that, says Kale too, with her head down like she's sad. She's but this is the thing. Her superpower is being a complete bitch. And it's great. I really think she's the best villain because she is not that over the top crazy. And that's what Kale is. Kale's more of, scientist kind of thing and governmental play. But then we go to the Wild Isle, and there's Wonder Woman who's crying, and it's like, I made that deal with Hades, and by eating, and that's the thing. Like, Persephone knows exactly what she was doing. Hades knew, but now she's stuck there. And I like even the explanation of it again. You kind of recap what it is, where I must return to the underworld for 1 month of every year. I knew that when I did that, and it's a curse and a gift, and now I'm stuck here. And then she yells out. I mean, she's getting dark too.
No.
Yeah, and she just yells and then gets, zaps out energy and stuff like that. We'll have to see what happens. I kind of get that she's going to do something. I don't think we're going to get 2 issues without Wonder Woman. I think she's going to try to change this shit as well. I think that she may go and attack Persephone and Hades. I don't know.
Talking about this, it made me think of that Wonder Woman 1984 movie. You watched that, right?
Yeah.
And then Kristen Wiig as Cheetah, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah,
that's the worst movie I ever saw.
Here's the when you watch a movie,
I didn't watch any movies after that.
I'm telling you, when you watch a movie and you're like afterwards, you're like, you know what? That was pretty funny. That was all I think about is Pedro Pascal, and I get mad.
Yeah, I know you don't like him because of that. One of the reasons.
Yeah, that's it. That actually probably is 100%.
And it's not
why
his
I don't
fault.
like him, and it was so bad. It wasn't even close. Like here's the movies. I rarely watch movies, right?
Yeah.
I watched that Flash movie. I like that way better than that Wonder Woman. That Wonder Woman.
Well, the first Wonder Woman's great.
It was. I really liked it. Yep,
worst.
that was really good. 84. Every second of me watching that, I was getting more and more
Remember
angry.
the soundtrack? Like they had like Blue Order, or Blue Monday by New Order.
Blue Monday, they had all that.
They had none of those songs.
No, and then you're in that mall. I don't even remember things. All I remember is being mad.
Yeah,
Pedro Pascal. Now you go with that. Some of the villains in this Absolute Universe kind of remind me a bit like they're doing it so over the top that I'm like, okay, I get it, but geez. And then you get Veronica Cale, who's just kind of hanging, who should be like a Kristen Wiig. If you had the deal, not Barbara, but Veronica Cale would be way good for her. But the idea, I like it because it is a more realistic deal, and she is manipulative. A bitch, but I'm just saying bitch not in a bad way because she's a villain. Even the little interaction, I don't even know if Kelly Thompson wanted it to be funny, but that guy, me and you laughed so much about that guy was going to get fired. The poor guy was just like saying the facts. If you say them one more time, I'm going to fire your ass. And we swear he said it again. And oh, it's so good. And then in these guys just don't get it, but I do like it. Again, Wonder Woman's my favorite book of this Absolute line. And even an issue like this where it is quick, like you really don't do that much, but there's so much with it that ends up in this issue has so many pieces that come together to screw Wonder Woman over completely with her down in the underworld. And it's more, again, it's an issue to make Cheetah, but yet you focus a lot on Wonder Woman as well. That's where I think sometimes the Superman book kind of falters, where they're going to focus on Ra's and it's less Superman, or they're going to focus on Lazarus or Talia or, Hawkman. There are a lot of books, and it is thing. And people, again, we have said that at one point the Superman book is getting right up there with the 3. It's still my 3rd, but it's not. I like it. And it is the one that expands the universe a little more, but sometimes that's to the, the not the benefit, the chagrin, whatever of Superman himself.
Detriment.
So, the detriment to Superman's development, because he still needs some development. I kind of get more of Batman and what he's doing and what Wonder Woman's doing
Batman's
as well.
Really a lot of the rogues.
And in that he screwed over his friends completely. Yeah. In this, screwed over a friend. Like, that's the darkness of it. That kind of always gets me. You never really get a great win.
But what do you want, though? Like, if you don't, do you want them to merge together?
That's the thing.
Or what,
again,
what?
I would like them to merge together. The idea of them being the only bit of hope in this dark universe is pretty cool. But again, Batman doesn't feel like he's that much of a hope. Superman is at points, but now he's kind of a little different. Wonder Woman is, but in a weird way. But I kind of want them to come together. And again, I don't want the universe to change, because that means it's done.
Over, yeah.
Yeah, but I think they need, I think we need to have more of the full out, good versus evil.
The Flash is Flash is a hopeful book. It's not like, it's kind of bright.
I haven't been reading it. I got to catch up on that. I haven't read the Green Lantern book since issue 2. That really, I don't like Al Ewing much, and that
I don't like the art, and I don't like Al Ewing. So
Martian Manhunter is completely on its own. It's on its own, and whether you like it or not, it's just its own entity. And also kind of got that idea of, oh, White Martians, why everything's miserable, but we're in a more miserable universe. I didn't get that. We have Catwoman coming up next week. I thought that Green Arrow was way too dark, but
yeah, Green Arrow.
We'll see. Yeah. And
is that it?
Yeah, so far. But Catwoman's next. Is Catwoman a one shot or is it a series? I'm not even sure.
One shot would be weird.
I have the issue already. I haven't even looked at it. I'll have to look at it.
We'll find out, I guess.
I used that. That's the other thing. Reading these books, and especially like main DC and Marvel books. I get the Marvel comic review comics, the review copies every Monday. I there's been times where I don't download them until Saturday. Well, that's weird. It's just because I don't care. And I want to care. We do this because we care and we like it. But the Absolute stuff, I like. Again, we read this issue last week and then we didn't have time to do it. So we pushed it to here. So when you read it, you're like, I think I read this. I didn't mind reading it again. That was good. But what would you give it?
For me, I'll give it an 8.5.
I'm giving it an 8.5. Yeah. I'm not going to go too gaga about it. No. I think it was really good, but it's a lot of setup.
Yeah, it's a setup issue for the next
but a
arc.
Setup issue that's an 8.5.
Yeah, it's solid.
Pretty damn good. Yeah. So that is in. I figure we're not going to play out Gray's song at the end. I know that you like it, but we're going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you want to get a hold of us, if you can let us know what your rankings are of the books, and don't mind including the ones that we don't talk about or read, because I'd like to hear if a lot of people said to me, Green Lantern's the best one.
There's no way
we would pick it up, but nobody said it. Nobody's even mentioned it. I don't know.
The early on I was into it. Then it just seemed like it lost the way or something.
The time jumping back and forth without really spelling out what was time jumping really threw me off. And I just wasn't interested in the way he was telling the story. But
I'm not interested in the main characters either. They're just
that's part of it too. And Jeff Lemire, one of my favorite writers, boy, that Flash book was so slow. At one point, I thought I'll just wait till a block of 4 issues come out and I'll just read them in a row. And I never did because I never do.
Maybe wait till the next arc or something.
Maybe I have to just kind of catch up on that. But Martian Manhunter will be over. I think next issue, right? I think it's over next issue. Thank God. We'll see if anything of that wraps up or it's just ambiguous nonsense. And then we have Green Arrow, which I didn't love, but I'll still follow. And the Catwoman will do as well. So each book gets a chance, but, you got to pull the plug at some point if you don't like it. So with that, though, really like Wonder Woman. Still my favorite of the lot, which, again, it seems like a lot of people are saying that as well, which surprised me because, Batman is always the most popular. Here's the thing. People who are in the know, I think, like Wonder Woman, but Batman's obviously selling way more than every other because it's Batman. So there are some people out there that don't give a shit about the Absolute Universe, but they're reading Absolute
Batman's in a different world, dude. Those number one issues are like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I'm telling you that. So I wouldn't say
there's been 10 printings.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Wonder Woman's the most popular book overall because sales say that.
Absolute Batman.
But the people who are reading all the books, I think Wonder Woman gets a nudge up a bit because I still think it's because people are shocked at how good it is because it's Kelly Thompson.
Are people saying they'd rather have Kelly Thompson just write in the regular Wonder Woman? Then?
Yeah, but I wouldn't want that. I just want this.
I think it might not be as good.
Yeah, I
can't do as much when you're in a confined.
The weird thing about it is that the Wonder Woman book and the main deal is at a point where somebody needs to do something different. Tom King thought that meant making Wonder Woman cold, hard, and a bad bit, like just a jerk. Mm-hmm. Like she does not care. She's letting people die all around her. She barely talks. She has no emotion. That's different, not in a good way. But I do think somebody needs to come in and do what Kelly Thompson did here with the regular deal of, hey, let's keep the Wonder Woman essence, but change it around a bit to show it even better. Because I think this book shows just her at the end being so upset and crying about Barbara and leaving her and she couldn't do anything about it. That just shows the compassion. And legit, I don't need the truth being mentioned every 2 seconds because of that lasso. And you do that in the main book. You don't do it here at all.
This one doesn't even have that.
No,
right?
So you're just like, I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Because it's so overdone because when people come in, that's basic bitch. They come in and they know 3 things. Oh, she's an Amazon in man's world, the truth, and maybe the compassion. And yet they never can show it right. But we'll see. Tom King, I got a little note from Jared the other day because we haven't been able to talk because of his scheduling. But he said he heard that Tom King, he's always like, Tom King's off at the end of this thing. That's what I always expect, that he's going to tell me. Now, he was told by somebody that Tom King is in for the long haul, that he may be on it for a lot more issues.
Good.
So,
I'm happy for that, for Jared.
Jared. He's so upset.
I was thinking about this, like, Gray was doing all the Absolute books with you.
Yeah.
And then one day he just was like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah,
but he swapped it out for the Vertigo stuff, which makes no sense.
Yeah,
I think it's like, dude, I mean,
I think that the
Absolute's
thing was
better than Vertigo.
I don't think he cared that much about the books, but at that point, you have to understand that at points when we have our daylight savings, it really screws me and him recording.
So it's all about the timing.
Because if I get up at 9, if we're gonna, that's like 10 o'clock, and he doesn't stay up late, it seems. But it was the timing. It was too many of the books, and he wanted to do that Usagi Yojimbo and stuff like that. So, but yeah, he does the stuff Friday night with Fear Monarch, the Vertigo stuff. So, okay. But me and him this week did our Usagi Yojimbo. We did it pretty early. Mainly, it's not me getting up; it's me staying up now, and then I'll just go to sleep after me and him talk. I'm up all damn night. But that's it. We'll get out of here. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back next week, probably, unless things get people, I think, get the idea. Sometimes we have to push it a week, but we'll get to the Catwoman. And that might be me and you. It may be me and Gray. It may be whoever. Maybe all three of us. Maybe Ruben will join us. I don't know. He could be there, but we will see. But thanks, everybody, and we'll talk to you later.
You are all weirdos.
Weird science is the revolution. Weird science is the revolution.